one secondary school. And if you chop the new town into 4 pieces or 5 pieces, each piece will be called a neighborhood. The whole big chunk is called new town, right? But what is a lower unit to the new town is called a neighborhood. A lower unit after the neighborhood, we call it a precinct. Precinct is actually that square I'm talking about, 500 to 1,000 houses. Okay? So we have primary school. Why do we have primary school and secondary school layout this way? Because we want to design new town suitable for people to live in. In our kind of weather, you walk 5 minutes, your kids get to your secondary school. You walk 10 minutes, your kids get to your secondary, 5 minutes primary schools, 10 minutes secondary school. The same goes with other amenities like parks. I already tell you within your square you have a greenery. When you say, too small, I want to go jogging, 2.4, 5, marathon. Then you go to the neighborhood, the 4 or 5 pieces, because within the neighborhood you have a bigger green area, it's a little park. Then you say, not enough. I want 15 hectares of park. I want to go and roller skate, I want to cycle. Okay, then you go to the town's park. You say not enough. Town park is only 15 hectares. Got anything more than 50 hectares or not? Yes, our national botanic garden. Our garden by the bay. Botanic garden is 67 hectares. Garden by the bay is designed to be 100 hectares. So the amount of time you're willing to spend, that's where your amenity you will get. 5 minutes you get to your greenery, walk your dog, walk yourself. 10 minutes you go to your neighborhood park. Maybe 30 minutes or less. And 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes you get to your neighborhood park. 30 minutes you get to town to the bigger park. The same goes to shopping. Between this block of flats, 1 square, 2 square, you have one small little provision shop that sells everything. I'm sure you have those in Thailand, right? They sell all the canned detergent, and they also sell a little bit of green vegetable and all that. They sell everything, but it's convenient. You don't have very fresh stuff, don't have all the brands, but it's convenient for you. 5 minutes you get to your papa mama shop. 10 minutes you get to the neighborhood center. This is a neighborhood center. Then you say, 10 minutes, no, not enough. My children want to go to school, need to buy new shoe, go to bookshop, buy some stationery. I need to buy some perfume, buy some new clothing, Chinese New Year coming. I need to buy bag and cosmetic. Where do I go? I go to the town center, like this one, Toa Payoh. Now we're in the town center. You go to the town center, shopping center, then you will find all the things I described to you. But then you say, no, Emmeline, I want Prada. I want LV. How? Sorry, town center don't have. Singapore city center have. You take 30 minutes of your time, take a train, go to Orchard Road. Guarantee you'll find everything there. But you won't be able to find pots and pans and mops there. You know? So you see the amount, this is urban planning. Planning so that you segregate the people, so that the most essential thing that people need is nearby. You people don't have to travel to Orchard Road just to buy the mop or buy 10 eggs, you know. So therefore, before you came, you would have read somewhere that Singapore is one of the world's most densely populated city. 1 square kilometer we have 7,000 over people. But where are the people? I think Bangkok we have more people. It's true, you know. Where are the actual people? Because we are smaller and we have more people, right? We have about 5 over million people. So per square meter we actually have more people than you, because you've got a lot of mountains and big areas. So where are all the people? Through urban planning, we spread out the crowd so that urban living is not too congested and too unbearable. So this idea is done in township planning. In the past, when this town was built, we wanted to have all these ideas about whatever you need, you have. But they were not so sophisticated then in their planning. They have, just like I point to you, this is the park, right? Actually behind the park, maybe about 500 to 800 meter, there's another exercise, like a swimming pool. Then further out, there's another stadium. So it's all spread out. Is it good? Yes, then we can think of all these things very good already, but it's not convenient for residents. Can you imagine if I want to park, I want to swim, I want to jog, I have to, 1 km apart, all this facility, correct? So now, the government try to make sure township planning is very, very good. How? Save land. How? Make sure people mingle, different race get a chance to meet and be friendly to each other. Okay? If you have there a Chinatown, there an Indian town, there a Malay town, people will never mingle. So what we do is in neighborhood towns, a center like this, used to be all spread out facility, now we put everything together. Here, this is the like new age, new town, new age neighborhood center. You have your shopping center here, you have your parks here, you have your clinics here, you have your exercise, whatever that you, the neighborhood shares all here. And you only use one piece of land, which is very, very good. Okay, I'm supposed to infuse my lecture with Smart Nation. I told the large group, actually Smart Nation to Singaporean is like already something that we do not feel. Why? Because a lot of things you can find on the app. Okay, for example, I can go to the app and look at how much electricity I spend, how much water I use, how much my neighbor having the same size of flat is using. So I can actually know, tell my maid, hey, don't waste water, tell my children, hey, you don't turn on the aircon all the time. We are already spending more than other people. You know? So there's already applications to do that. And because there's already applications to do that, we don't feel it like a one topic, or how do you all do Smart Nation, but I will share with you. A lot of the information do not just happen. Because data are being collected by the government long ago. Like I tell you, 500 to 1,000 households. They know exactly 500 to 1,000 households. Why? Because before they built, they already planned it this way. So that when they want to gather information, they know exactly where the data is. Smart Nation do not just happen, someone write a program and you become a Smart Nation. Every part, every department, every digit has to be converted into a data, right? It has to go into the database and it has to be managed, right? So all this, like even I tell you the most exaggerating one is, our government even know one square, 500 to 1,000 households, how many Malays stays there? How many Indians stays there? How many Chinese stays there? Is this secret information? No. If I take out my iPhone and like download HDB mobile, you can do that as well. You can go in and see and open up. Let's say now Emmeline wants to sell her Punggol flat. Okay, I lived there for 12 years. I want to change to a bigger one, or I change to a smaller one. I download this app called HDB Mobile. And because the government has a law to say I cannot anyhow sell to any race, because the government wants Singapore to be racially mixed, every square there is a racial quota. That means Chinese cannot exceed 80%. Malay cannot exceed 20%. Indians cannot exceed 8%. PRs, permanent residents, cannot exceed 5%. So they already have this data, right? So they tell me, you move in, we mix you racially. But after 5 years, you are allowed to move out. We also make sure that it's racially mixed. If not, after 5 years, your uncles will want to stay next to your aunties, and your cousins will all stay in this new town. So Emmeline's post family all stay in Punggol already, you know. All Chinese start to form this racially segregated neighborhood again. We don't want this. So first we have the law to say every precinct, every neighborhood, now you know, understand the neighborhood concept, right? Every block of flat has a racial profile, quota to fit. And after 5 years, if you want to sell as a resident, your agent, if you don't know, it's fine, your agent know. Your agent will go in and key in my block like 102C, Punggol, seller is Chinese, Singaporean. I key in, then the system will tell me immediately which other race I can sell to. Is there a restriction? I key in before, no restriction. Meaning our upper limit of the quota has never been met. So I can sell to any race. But if there is, like let's say I send in already 80% of Chinese quota hit, I want to sell to Chinese, cannot already. So I must tell agent, don't bring Chinese, because the block, the quota exceeded already. Okay, so a lot of things is already digitized. Government want to make sure that transportation in the neighborhood area is very smooth. Okay, our transport is very simple. We have within the within the town to town, and town to city. Okay, within the neighborhood we have two types of transportation. We have the light rail, we have the shuttle bus. Town to town we have the MRT, the train system, we have the buses. Town to center, new town to center, we have train and we have buses. Now we already can tell at this bus stop, every bus stop is converted to a 5-digit number, and this number is input into some computer system, and all the buses that will come to this bus stop is all input into the system. Therefore, I can tell you our transport is quite smart. Why? Because before I go down to wait for the bus, I can preset. Let's say every morning 8:30, I have to take bus number 3 to go to NTU for work. I will set in my computer under this software called Iris. You can take down IRIS. Iris is a purple icon. You key in this bus stop number, 5-digit, you key in. You key in bus number 3, and you key in the time that you want to take the bus. Every day, before this time, they will tell you, 3 minutes your bus coming. 2 minutes your bus coming. Because 2 or 3 minutes, it depends on the traffic condition. So a lot of the things Singaporeans already don't feel it, because it's already there. Just that we don't care lah. We don't really go and like want to know the precision. But according to our land transport plan, next time you can even reserve your bus seat. You know, sometimes you get into the bus, right? They tell you 3 minutes come, but you cannot get up. Why? No seat. So next time you can even book your seat, you know. So this is how that part of it is rolling out for our citizens. Let's come over here for some more township planning.